Did you hear what they just said? Child, a whole mess. Oh, I'm about to spill this Hennessy and y'all about to sip. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because she's acknowledging what's being said. But she's not, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is how I'm seeing this. She's not upset anymore about him and her. She's upset about him not being a part of Junior's life. She wants him in Junior's life, and she's trying to rush the process of bringing him into her life, into, Junior's life. We've all been there. We're all, majority of us are older women. We're in our 30s to, and up. And we've been there. The problem is she has to get over that. And the other problem is it's a power struggle. And we know this. Their whole relationship was about a power struggle. The whole reason he's back with Jaden is because Jaden submits. Chrisean does not know how to submit. This girl comes from a rough background of having to take care of herself, of being in the streets. Okay? And when you're hyper independent like that, especially as an older, like as a younger woman, you grow up like that. It's hard for you to relinquish that submission. Hell, there's a lot of us big grown people that don't know how to submit. But I will also say this. He's not the right person to submit to. He's not. He hasn't grown and matured enough to be able to be honored with that, because I feel like that's an honor for someone to submit it. Now, when it comes down to Junior, I feel like this, and maybe some people the numbers gonna go down. Maybe some people gonna get mad at me and they're gonna be like, oh my God, Hennessy, I can't believe you said that. Being someone who has children with a narcissist, it's not always such a good idea to have a narcissist in your child's life. And here's the things that I have had to deal with. I have had to deal with power struggles and dynamics within my children. I have had to deal with my children, trying to turn my children against me. I have had to deal with personal information and dysfunction that happened between the father and I being disclosed to the children at an early age and having to defend and clear up things. So it's not always such a good thing. Now, while we see that there is some growth and elevation in a lot of areas in Chrisean's life, the one thing that she has to learn to do is trust somebody else, is to listen to somebody else and take their advice. Again, this is a person who has been out on the streets. Okay? She has been in the streets. She's a street chick. Hello, how many of us are street chicks or were street chicks or you know what I'm saying? It's hard for you to trust somebody else to guide you, especially when you come from a space of people constantly turning on you, people constantly being wishy-washy with you. Okay? If you remember when she talked about what happened between her and Carlissa, she said, I placed her in the same category as my mother, as somebody who you tell stuff to and they turn around and throw it in your face. The betrayal of a mother thrown in her face. She looked at Carlissa as a mother at one point in time until Carlissa violated her. Okay? You got to look at what just happened with the whole sisterly dynamic. She put her trust in her sister to have her back, hold her down, fight her battles, basically do what it is that she would have done if she was on Baddies Not Pregnant. And her sister didn't do that. And we saw it go from one extreme to another extreme to another extreme within both of them. Let's call things and spades over here. Both of them took this to a whole nother level. Okay. It elevated the situation, elevated. And while I'm not going to sit here and ever agree with the fact that people are running around saying that, oh, she set her sister up, oh, she set her friends up, she didn't set anybody up. The players were playing in the game. But what I will say is a lot of these players didn't know the rules to this game. A lot of these players did not grasp that this is the dynamic. I don't believe that Tifa's never put her hands on Chrisean. I believe she has. I believe she has. I'm talking about physically fought Chrisean. So if your sister, if your mother, if your father, if your brothers, if your immediate family shows you that they could turn on you on a dime, if the man that you gave all of your love, your trust, your heart to shows you that he could turn on a dime and betray you, and then people consistently have showed you that that's what they're going to do, hell yeah, bless Arissa's heart because she has the patience to deal with it, but nobody should sit back and judge because at the end of the day, all of us were there at one point in time about a situation, even if it wasn't about a baby daddy. We were in that same situation about something. So when you're looking at this dynamic, a lot of us are looking at it from the perspective of going through it and getting past it to the place in the space where we are right now, where we're healed. But what you're seeing is what we put somebody else through at one point in time over whatever situation it may have been. And again, I'm not excusing her hard-headedness because Chrisean is hard-headed as Rockhead. That's where the name Rock came from. It was originally Rockhead because she hard-headed and don't listen. But what I'm seeing in her with this back and forth between her and Arrissa is she's trying to take it in, but she's also trying to turn it into a way that's digestible for her. And it's giving all of us a headache like, girl, girl, just listen, girl. Who just listen, girl? Just listen. She's telling you some good stuff. Just listen, girl. That's not what she's trying to tell you. Just listen, girl. She's 23. How many of you have 23-year-olds, 18-year-olds? Do they listen? Do they listen? I'm a wait because I want to see some of these answers down here in this chat. Do your 23 and 18 and 19? Do your children between the ages of let's give it a good range between 17 and 25? No, I will say 24. Do they listen? Yes or no in the chat because I'm gonna put them up on the screen. Girl, yes. Nicolina. They want what they want. Henny, you hit it right on the head. Nope. No. Hell, did any of us listen? Not at all. Wait a minute. Still not 20 and 17. What you said, sister? Nope. They go on about their business. Oh God, you can tell she loved Carlissa. That's why she started crying when she heard she was talking about right. Carlissa broke her heart. Carlissa broke her heart. Okay, so we all know that they don't listen. She 23, y'all. She ain't gonna listen to nobody right now. But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna end up happening. She gonna have one of them nights where it's an epiphany. It's gonna be an epiphany night. And she gonna come up out of this. But see, remember what Arrissa was saying about expectations? That is so true. And it's not just in this situation. The expectation game is what a lot of people play when it comes down to even her. A lot of people expect her to react. Oh, Michelle, they think they know best. I have a 28-year-old and he don't listen. See what I'm saying? My daughter 23 and she don't listen at all. 37 and 26 and still don't listen. Nah, my 14-year-old thinks she knows it all. This is what I'm saying. They do. They think they know it all. I have a 31, 27, 20, and 18, and hell no, they don't. All boys. Shit. 32, 26, 24, 23, 22. No. So you see what I'm saying? Now, this is why I try to bring things to a realistic place where we can relate to it, because thank you for the super chat. Because I know all of us was like, oh my God. I was ready to go a while ago, but I was just sitting here waiting on y'all. I'm like, y'all ready to get out the chat? Y'all was like, no, stay in it, stay in the live. I'm like, oh, okay. Let me get off the camera. Let me get off the camera because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And then finally, when y'all started seeing, can we leave the live now? I'm like, thank you. Because she not going. We all sitting here at the camera waiting for the breakthrough to happen. Like, come on, girl, any minute now, she's going to have a breakthrough. Oh my gosh, she's going to have a breakthrough. Oh, she right there on the verge of a breakthrough. And she be like, oh, she still don't get it. Then she started on a roll. And we leaned in again. Okay, we're going to listen. It's coming. And oh, she still ain't listening. She take you on a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is what I'm trying to do. And I know that I've noticed that there are people that have come over here to this side. They've come over to the Henny Gang. And I want to say this. Don't tussle with anybody in the comments. Let them have their opinion. Let them have their views. Ooh, 222 in here. Do we have 222 likes? Can we all get a like up in here? Can we get the likes up? I try to bring it to a relatable plateau, a relatable space where everybody can think about it and be like, you know what? Yeah, I get it. I get it now. Especially being that all of us in here, majority of us in here are older. So we've already been down that road. We're not in the midst of it. We've already been through it. We got the scars and the t-shirts and the souvenirs. Okay? To vouch for the fact that we've been through all of this already. Okay? So you got to remember to not look at it from the perspective of being over it, but look at it from the perspective of when you were going through it. And it'll change your perspective on things. Now, again, this is not to make any excuses for any bad behavior, because I really wish she would open her ears and listen just a little bit. Just a smidge, because Arrissa is really giving her some good advice, and I love Arrissa for her. I love Arrissa for her because Arrissa is gentle. Arrissa is nurturing. Arrissa is patient. This is her profession. Okay, this is what she does as a profession. So she's able to give what we can't give because she's trained to do so. And that's what she needs. She needs an empathetic ear, a patient ear, somebody that can guide her, someone that she trusts. And you could tell that she trusts Arrissa a lot. She only left her baby with Arrissa and Terrain at that hospital. That says a lot. That says a lot. Every time you see her, you see Junior unless she's working. Now, I'm going to tell you this. A lot of people were expecting her to be fall down, knocked down, drag him out drunk again after she had her son. A lot of people expected her to be leaving her baby here, there, and everywhere and not taking care of her baby. But she is. Do you see how big that boy got in this short amount of time? How much weight he's gained? That's because she's properly feeding him and taking care of him. That baby never looks dirty. He's always put together. He looks like he still smells like a brand new baby. So can we give more positive reinforcement? And then she come and she jump online and she got people that jump in her live just to say negative crap to her. Could you imagine going through what it is that you were going through and then having a whole world try to judge you, people you don't even know? I couldn't imagine that. I think I would have lost my mind. I don't think I'm that strong to deal with that. You know, that's why I didn't go through that. I was born before the internet was popping. But questions, comments, concerns. Do y'all want to even discuss baddies or do y'all want to hold off until tomorrow? Because for me personally, hey, we got 129 likes. Let's go, y'all. Let's get them likes up. It's just a like. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just a thumbs up. Hit them thumbs up buttons, y'all. Give me them likes. Let me get them likes. You know, because I feel like that live was enough. And I know that, you know, some people, you know, the people try to go in and you know, they try to give those baddies reviews, but you know, we don't just review, we go deep diving when we do ours. So I'm good with just ending it tonight where it is with the live. Would you say, Mary? Do you think Blue is going to eventually want to be a dad? Do you think Blue will have Twitter fingers tonight after the live? To be honest with you, I don't think he's going to say very much unless she struck a nerve. I don't think he's going to say very much. If he does, he's going to try to spin it and be on a narrative of, oh, well, Jaden is doing this, or tune into the interview tomorrow or something like that. Because he's trying to pay her dust. He's trying, but he ain't fooling nobody. But I think she does need to give that up. Give up trying to have him in the baby's life and let him just come when he's ready. Let him control that. Let him deal with that narrative. Oh boy, y'all said she's live again. Y'all want to go back in there and see what she's talking about? Because I'm a little tired. I'm just a little tired, but let's see.
Remember that you're now a mom and you have your entire life ahead of you. You know, you are now responsible for another soul. It's going to be your responsibility to make sure that you raise him, you know, in a healthy environment. And so in order for you to be healthy, in order for him to be healthy, you have to be healthy. Right. So this season of your life might look like, you know, completely different from what it used to look like.
No, it's already looking different. Oh God, it feels different. I wake up different. I take a shit different. I'm looking in a different mirror.
Your self-care, right? How you care for your body, how you care for your mind, the people and places and the things that you know, do have to possibly change. You know, so this is the season for you of reflection. You have to really figure out where you want to go and where you are now. So you have to locate yourself now so that you can figure out, okay, what are the things that I need to change? Like, what are the things that I need to do more of or less of or stop completely? Right. But this is the one, you know, you have a lot of impressionable people that pay attention to what you're doing. And so you always have to remember, like, your life doesn't, Chrisean. Your life is meant to be a beacon for God's light. You understand what I mean? That doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect. That doesn't mean that you're going to always get it right. But what it means is that you have a responsibility to live your best life, but living it in a way where you can bring glory to God and that you can be as healthy as you can be because now you have Chrisean. So this isn't just for Chrisean, because I know a lot of y'all like to talk about what Chrisean's doing, what she's not. You also, everybody on this line, inventory of your own life. Where are the places that you can fix? Where are the places that you can tweak? What are the things that you can do to be a better version of you?
And just, oh yeah, I was tweeting the word today when I was in church. I was writing notes, but then I was like, no, let me not put this on my notes. Let me put this on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because it was so good. I wanted to share the word.
Yeah, you owe it to yourself to give yourself the best life. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't look like the house and the jewels and the cars, and you have all of that, and that's great. But oftentimes you have to go within. You have to heal that little girl inside, right? You have to heal the dark places, the hidden places. You have to give it to God so that you can heal from that, so that you can be your best version. So this isn't just for you. This is for me. This is for everybody that's watching. Start where you are. Get honest with ourselves. Take responsibility for the things that you can change and start somewhere. You don't have to, do it overnight. Just start with a very small step and do it every day and move towards your goal. I love you so very much. I believe in you. I see your growth. And I want to let you know that I'm proud of you. You are a great mom. And this is only just the beginning. And I'm here for you. And yeah.
That's her
Oh, that was so nice.
sister-in-law,
Like,
Heidi. That's
thought
not
my
the
sister trying to
godmama.
lie,
That's the
so I was
sister-in-law.
like, "Where's my glasses? Oh, you got,
Yeah.
you got me tearing up like
You might. We've been through a lot. We've been through a lot today.
No, for real. I really had to change my little tear to a laugh because what the hell?
Yeah. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. You're not the first. You won't be the last. You gonna
That's
get through
not
this.
her godmother.
Unfortunately, you got the whole world watching you, but
That's her sister-in-law. That's Terrence's wife.
that's the issue.
For real.
So
Being ripped off pain.
God will trade His beauty for you. You got to remember that. You got to remember.
All right, so I love you, Arrissa. You got to get back to the little.
I'm doing work,
and I got to get back to my little baby. You hear me?
It's my.
No, I'm happy. I just got my friends. I got my help. I'm cool. I got my money. I'm straight. I got the Lord. I'm all right.
You got you and God.
A lot of motherfuckers don't got nothing.
You and God are a majority.
A lot of motherfuckers just got Section 8. That's it. And they still hungry. So I'm just thankful.
Good.
That ain't my story. Huh?
All right, I love you.
I love you too. I'm finna FaceTime you. All right, bye.
All right, bye.
Y'all, did y'all see how that transformed? What you said, Heidi? You had to put your glasses on. Girl, I don't wear mine. Alicia, don't you bother me neither about wearing my glasses, okay? Don't bother me. But you see how Arrissa found a lane to get her to listen. Annie Lewis, girl, don't you feel bad? She said they got Section 8 and still hungry. They still starving. So that means that they're not taking care of what they got to take care of. We know there's a lot of people that's like that. I wouldn't take offense to that. Oh, guys, that was a lot. That was a lot to take in. That was a lot to digest. Okay, good. I live in the Bay Area. I wish I had Section 8. It's expensive. Listen, after the panoramic or during the panoramic, when people were trying to figure out how they was going to pay their rent, them folks with Section 8 wasn't worried about it because they knew their roof over their head was secured. Let me tell you something. I don't look down on anybody who has it. You know why? Especially if you have children, because you will always have a roof over your children's head. I don't look down on anybody that get food stamps. You know why? Because food stamps puts food in your child's belly. And guess what? I'm going to get food stamps as long as I can, as long as they say that I'm qualified for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, food prices are crazy. Whatever little bit of help you could go out there and get that. You better swallow your pride. Don't you be sitting up here worrying about people judging you or looking down on you or thinking some type of way about you, because at the end of the day, that's called securing yourself. At the end of the day, there's people that will try to tell you about what the government is trying to do and how, oh, it's to keep the black man out the house. And it ain't like that no more. Now they don't want the black man that's been in jail in your house. No criminal record. Okay? But if you can secure some stuff for your family, I think that that is the most responsible thing that somebody can do, is make sure that they have some type of safety net for themselves and their children. Look, it took me a long time to get to this pessimistic side where the glass is half full. And I still have days, optimistic side where the glass is half full on life. I used to be very pessimistic. And there's still areas of my life that I need to work in. I'm not perfect. But you know what? When I went through my healing process and through my healing journey, I was able to come out and grasp people a little bit differently, not be so quick to judge. Because as humans, we tend to judge quick without taking time to truly understand or get what a person's backstory is, what a person's life is like, what things may be like for them. Because something that is so simple for one person to do could be a big struggle for another, for one reason or another. This is why I started doing these deep dives and started giving these different perspectives on the things that are going on and helping people to try to understand this baby a little bit more. Because truth be told, the reason why all of us older women are following her, it's not because we live in vicariously through her. It's because we were once her. In some way, shape, or form, we were once her in our lives and we can relate. She's very relatable. And we're rooting for her because we know she can come out of it. But what we cannot forget, as the older women with wisdom, is that it took us time. It took healing and growth and compassion, empathy for people, for us to be able to grow out of and overcome the things that we were once in. These young people out here, they haven't been through a lot. So they're quick to judge, quick to tear down, and quick to bash. But they don't understand what that tearing down and bashing could actually do to a person who's already fragile. See, people see Chrisean as being this tough as steel woman, but she's very fragile. Most of the time, the people that you see that are big and bad and tough are really fragile on the inside, but they had to build up this tough exterior to protect the delicate nature of themselves on the inside. I'm going to tell you how you know somebody is fragile. They demand their respect. They don't let nobody play with them. They don't want nobody hurting their feelings, because when you play with a person who's fragile, you actually hurting their feelings. They're sensitive. So they have to be tough as steel in order for them to be able to push through. But when the lights go off and they're in that dark by themselves, that sensitive nature comes out. So, if anybody who is around her age or anybody who is judging her from a negative space, think about your life. Think about the areas of your life that if you had people watching you from all over the world that you didn't know, that did not know you, the things that they could possibly be dragging you on the internet for, because all of us are human and we're not perfect. All of us have something that people would drag us for if they knew. I think internets and smartphones have really taken away the humanness of a lot of people, and they're becoming one with these smart devices. These devices are smarter than some of their owners. They gave you emojis to express your emotions. Where you be sitting there talking about you laughing out loud with a laughing emoji, but you ain't cracked a chuckle yet. Where it's now more considered interaction to FaceTime someone than it is to actually meet up with them for brunch. Where a phone call going missed or a phone placed on do not disturb means so much. It's so much taken as a rejection that it's not even looked at as a person being busy or a person protecting their peace. It's looked at as something against someone else. We read text messages, and because of whatever mood we're in, we interpret that text message to match with our mood. Dre spits that faithful Williams. I agree with that. People who talking crap got bullied in school. That is a very strong possibility that is what happened. Because it's not just hurt people that hurt people. It's hurt and unhealed people that hurt people. Because all of us are hurt. But are we going around and spreading that hurt to others? I want y'all to know, Chrisean is my sounding board, yes. But what I'm really doing is I'm giving you spiritual gems as well. I'm bringing you back to humanity, the human side of life, to bring you out of technology, because a lot of people are being programmed. That's why the more people come over here, the more people that, subscribe to the channel, they love the Henny Gang. You gave me a fresh perspective or whatever. This is the purpose of it. And I'm going to continue on this mission. And Lewis, you said you have a son that acts like her. I'm quite sure all of us have a child that acts like her. Because guess what? We all could use some reminding of what it means to hold on to those things, especially when we were brought up in a society where we went outside. We played all day. We didn't have cell phones and stuff like that. You got to remember, a lot of us didn't have any of this stuff. We were around when this stuff was being created. So as I watch these things happen around me, it's easier for us to see the programming that's happening, the desensitizing that's happening, the dehumanizing that's happening. Yeah. And that's why it's a lot easier for us to pull out of it, because we know life without it. These kids don't know life without technology the way we do. These babies are coming out working iPads and iPhones and smartphones and Androids and all better than we do. They learn stuff on our devices that we didn't even know our devices could do. They teaching us about devices that we may have had for 2 and 3 years. They teaching us new features on it that we didn't know all this time we had. Because they're technology babies. So it's our job to keep pulling them out of the technological programming and keep them human. Right, Mary. Mary said, I remember my neighbor's house number. I remember my grandma's number. My daughter is 24. My grandma been gone for 25 years, y'all. I still remember her phone number. I remember when we had to know the numbers in order to dial a person. I remember walking around with quarters in my purse and in my book bag just so I could use a payphone. I remember that. I remember calling cards. I remember beepers. I remember all of that. I remember life before we had computers and before we had cell phones that fit in our pockets and before we had social media. Our social media was going outside. So when you come over here to the Henny Gang and you pull up to the bar, I want you to remember that that's the environment you're in right now. I'm not going to go with the algorithm. I'm not going to go with what's a popular topic. And if I do, just know that I have a fresh perspective on that. I don't bash anyone, but I call things, spades, and people. And when I see things in people and on people, I'm going to call it out. Now, sometimes I'm going to be for Chrisean and sometimes I'm not, because let's be real. She's human, just like the rest of us. And if I happen to have a moment where I'm not for her, well, then listen to why I'm saying I'm not with this right here. But I'm always going to give you the real. Well, y'all, we were supposed to talk about Baddies East, but that did not happen tonight, y'all, because Chrisean went live and she brought Arrissa on. And I think those were some very good gems that Arrissa gave out to all of us. So tomorrow I have to work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So we will go live tomorrow evening. Hopefully I'm feeling up to it. I'm gonna say that because I'm really exhausted right now. So after I get off with y'all, I'm going to bed. I'm gonna put my bonnet on and I'm going to bed, y'all. Yeah, shake your dreads, shake your dreads. I'm gonna put my bonnet on and go to bed so I can go to work. And provided that I feel well tomorrow, we will go live. Well, not well, but provided that I'm not sleepy tomorrow. We will go live tomorrow evening and we will definitely talk about Baddies. So y'all be ready. If you haven't watched Baddies, you got time to go watch Baddies. And don't be cheating going over there looking at the mother YouTube channels and trying to figure out what happened to Baddies. Okay, go watch Baddies. Well, then again, a lot of people don't subscribe to Zeus. So just be prepared to have conversation tomorrow. And I might just do a Henny Gang roundup where we, bring some people up here and have conversation about what we saw. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, y'all be good how y'all be good. Y'all rest well when y'all rest. And I will see y'all. The Most High, Universe, God, all of that permitted. I will see y'all tomorrow evening. Love is always love, y'all. Peace.